Tea time. Morning, Patricia. We're back, Nadia. Morning. How we going? I got my Rocky vest on again. So, I thought I'd do just like a half an hour live this morning because I want to do my exercise. I'm going to do a little run. So, I'll tell you what, that was a very, very interesting live, I thought. Thank you guys for joining in, being Team Elvis, Elvis Defenders, which I love. I'm so glad my brother joined in as well, because my brother found it fascinating, found it very interesting. What did you, do we have any feedback, Nadia, Patricia, on how you felt the live stream went? Right, I've got my cup of tea anyway. So I did this live streams, this phone live stream, slightly different. I definitely decided that I was going to delete people that were rude. So the reason I could do that is because I wasn't walking down the road. I was sat down in front of the phone. The phone was on this stand. So I could get rid of the people that are basically not Elvis fans, that are not interested in Elvis. And I felt that cleaned up the live stream a bit. So I then, obviously, I did the usual thing. I spoke about I need to read back the comments. What was Gear Jammer a good thing or a bad thing? Hi, Linda. So I'll just repeat myself. I don't know if you guys know, but I was deleting the ones that were being too negative. Yeah, the ones that are saying bad things, I was just deleting them. I don't know if you noticed that. And I think I'll do that more often now. Let's just clean up the live streams a bit so we get Elvis fans that are on our channel, so we can together be Elvis defenders and we can search for the truth. Fans want the truth with Elvis people rather than people just jumping in. All right. Well, I don't remember him, but what is, I would do my spiel. So I would really go into Elvis's marriage with Priscilla, and then I would go into the drugs and defend Elvis that he was not a drug addict, and then I tend to go into the divorce settlement. Really go into that, and then I go into the fact that he was such a good man, that he was a Christian, and that he did a lot for charity. These are generally the four things I talk about, and the reason I keep repeating the same things, as you know, is because I'm trying to pull in subscribers, pull in members. Now, I didn't take a picture. Normally, what I do at the end of the live stream, I'll take a picture of the. I know we definitely had 80 subscribers, which is pretty good. Let's have a look. So yeah, we had 80 subscribers, but I didn't see how many views it got. I got a feeling it had 15,000 views. I think that video did. I wonder if it'll tell me on here. Yes, 15,400 views it had. Now you can see it. I don't know if you can see this. I'll take a picture of it and I'll blow it up. So let's have a look. Right, here we go. We had on the last, I'll tell you guys, but I would appreciate any feedback on that live stream, because I did that live stream in a different way. So the last 5 live streams was 24,000 views, 23,000 views, 22,000 views, 15,000 views, and 14,000 views. So the one we just did was 15,400 views and 80 subscribers. Most of them are getting over 100 subscribers each one. So to me, it's well worth doing. And look at this, guys. This will amaze you. That yes, we're worldwide, Naja. So this will amaze you. In 48 hours, 48 hours, mind. Look how many views we've had. 116,608 views in 48 hours in 2 days. Come on, guys. How can you not be impressed with that? It's like, and that, remember, that is all about defending Elvis Presley and clearing his name and searching for the truth. Elvis defenders are doing their thing. Team Elvis. Team Elvis. And Linda, I know it's great, but don't just thank me. Thank each other. Thank yourselves. Because together, we are on these phone live streams and we are fighting a battle against the trolls and the people that don't believe the truth. But we're also converting people because we had some good subscribers come on there. A few of them made themselves known. I think was one called Lonnie. She was excellent. Yeah. We had, I reckon at least 5 people were really agreeing with us. And then you guys were jumping in and defending Elvis. And I just think it really works. Yeah, Greg. I just thought it really worked. We've hit on something good here, guys. We've hit on something, a working formula. And we've sort of done it by mistake. So the postman's here, don't worry. Well, I'll quickly read your comments. Yeah, we're on a mission, Linda. And I could see you all joining in. I loved it. And then wasn't it nice? My brother joined in. Now, there was something I was going to talk to you about. We watched that Terry Wogan interview. Now, I'm not going to make this video too long. I'm just going to do about half an hour, and then I'm going to do some exercise, some weightlifting, some running, and walk the dogs. But I did want to just mention one thing to you. So let's see if I can find it up. The Terry Wogan interview. Now, Terry Wogan, I really liked that interview. Hi, Lynette. I really like that Terry Wogan interview because I think that even though she was sat there very proud, I thought a bit cocky, Priscilla, and she was giving her answers. At one point when he said to her, why did Elvis like a 14-year-old? And she said, well, why do you like your wife? I found her quite cocky in that interview, quite headstrong. She did look stunning. I'll give her that. I hear noises. Right. Anyway, let's see if I can find that interview a minute. Now, one of the questions that Terry Wogan first starts off saying is, why are you writing the book? Because she was having massive success with Dallas. We were all there, weren't we, guys? She was having massive success with Dallas. So he's there like going, well, you don't need the money. You've had massive success with Dallas. Why are you writing the book? Now, the reply she gave, I didn't realize it until the next day, really got me thinking. Now, she says, now listen to this. She said, well, I'm not happy with all the books that have been written about Elvis over the years. I wanted to set things straight because those books are being treated like they are actual history, actually happened. And I wanted to write my book to put things right. Now, do you get it? I'll say it again. Terry Wogan says, why are you writing a book? You don't need it. You're on Dallas. You've got plenty of money. And she says, there's loads of books being written about Elvis that are being treated as actual history. And I wanted to put things right in my book. Now, you see what she has just said. And this is something I have constantly complained about, that this book is being treated like it actually happened, like it was actual events, like it was actual history. Elvis had no say in this book. We know this. We know this book was written from the point of view of Priscilla Presley to make people feel sorry for her, to make her look like the victim. And I personally feel, in my opinion, that this book was a rewriting of history, and that the tabloids, the press, the magazines, the documentaries, the biographies have treated this book like everything in this book was true and actually happened, which is not right. Elvis is not here to defend himself. Elvis had no say in this book. So for this book to be treated like history is so wrong on so many levels. And there are so many things in this book that should not have been said and are incorrect, in my opinion. Now, this is my point, guys. She has just been asked, why did you write the book? She then says, because the previous books are treated like history and I want to put things right. So she admitted in her own words that she feels by putting things right in this book that she says took 4 years to write, that she put everything into. She also says that she is very proud of this book. But she basically said to Terry Wogan back in 1987 that what her book says is truth. What her book says is history. And it is not. It is not. And I'm so glad I picked up on this point that she said that to Terry Wogan in that interview back in the 80s, because I finally have got proof that she admitted that she rewrote history in this book, and then the world has followed suit. So every interview she has ever had since the 80s, since 1985 when this book was written, she expects the interviewer to treat this book like it's actual events and actual history. And we know that this book is a twisted version of events from her point of view, and many of the things in this book, in our opinion, are incorrect and make Elvis look bad and paint Elvis in a bad light. And every time you see an interview, they're following the narrative of this book, and this is so wrong. And this is why we are called Elvis defenders, because we are Elvis defenders against this book, because a lot of the things in this book are wrong. A lot of the things written in this book are very unfair. So you get what I'm saying to you guys. In the Terry Wogan interview, she admitted that she thinks this book is like the Bible. And it's not fair. And we've got her saying it. So what do you think of that, guys? Chloe. Hi, Chloe. Are you new to the channel, or have I just forgotten your name? Welcome to our small family, Chloe. And I agree with that, what you just said. Chloe says the book is a portrait of a man by his ex-wife after a rather short, bad wedding. And Chloe, we have broken this marriage down. They got married in the 1st of May, 67. Elvis was faithful at the time they got engaged. He stayed faithful through the pregnancy. And then in March of 68, a few months after Lisa Marie was born, she's unfaithful. So to me, that's when the marriage ends. The marriage is over after that. I know they had a fake honeymoon at Circle G Ranch, and they still went to the Tom Jones show and Muhammad Ali show and the JC Awards, and they had a few holidays. But I know that once Elvis has caught her being unfaithful just after Lisa Marie was born, it was over. So Elvis did go back to his life, and he had other affairs after 68. I personally think the marriage was only lasted about a year at the most. I would say less than a year, because within a year of the marriage, she was unfaithful. Now, they had a fake marriage, fake news. Let's call it fake Elvis news. Instead of, like Trump says, fake news, we'll call it fake Elvis news. Yeah? I think we're going to use that as a saying. My brother said it to me. My twin brother, Andreas, said to me, it's fake Elvis news. And I like that. And what I'm saying is this. We now know that there was a fake marriage in 68, 69, 70, where they just paraded themselves as a happy couple for the sake of Lisa Marie, which there was no sex, there was no marriage. It was just all about Lisa Marie. We know about that. But then in 71, we all know that she had an affair with Mike Stone. She sought him out. She went after him. She was determined to get him. And then once she got with Mike Stone, and this is all admitted in interviews on YouTube, you could see Mike Stone admitting the affair, admitting that she sought him out and chased after him, admitting that he betrayed his wife, he had a child, and that Priscilla had also said to Mike Stone that she was determined to have a divorce from Elvis. And we know that the marriage at best was between 1967 in May to the middle of 1971 at best, which confirms what Chloe has just said. So then we've got, let me just read the next comment. Did you see the interview with Navarone? Lisa's half-brother admitted that Priscilla said that she didn't like Lisa and couldn't stand her. This came from Navarone. Yeah, I do watch things with Navarone. And I've had a member sending me quite a few clips about Navarone. Let me just get the member's name. I think it's Rose. Let's have a look. Yeah, Rose Finney. I don't know if you're watching now, but thank you, Rose. I get a few of you sending me lots of information about Elvis. I do appreciate it. It's very kind of you. It does help me. And a lot of the things that Rose is sending me is to do with Navarone. That's great. But I'll be honest with you, at the moment, I don't want to waste my time on Navarone. I'm not interested in him at the moment. Maybe in future, I'll start looking more into Navarone. But my main thing at the moment is Priscilla, the Memphis Mafia, which I still haven't really gone into the Memphis Mafia yet because I keep getting pulled back by Priscilla. But I do intend to do stuff to do with the Memphis Mafia. So let's have a look. Priscilla said that she was sticking up for Elvis in that book. What the joke. Linda, you're so right. And in that Terry Wogan interview, she spends the whole interview talking about her book as if the book has said nothing wrong about Elvis, that all the book did was make Elvis look like a human being. And she really defends that book. She's very proud of that book in 1985. She really feels that she's created a masterpiece. And little does she know that the public, the Elvis fans, were up in arms and were really upset and angry about that book. Now, many of the public also fell for the fairy tale, and she had won them over. And many of the public felt that she was a victim, that Elvis had abused her, that Elvis was a drug addict, that Elvis was a pedophile, that Elvis was a groomer, and Elvis was a controller and had a bad temper. Many of the public fell for this book. Seriously, guys, the Priscilla fans, they fell for this book. They believe everything in this book. Now, we are disproving many things in this book. We're Elvis defenders. We're here to find the truth. We're here to defend Elvis. We're searching for the truth. And I think the public was split. You had the ones that really believed Priscilla, the Priscilla fans, and I send you respect, Priscilla fans. I have nothing against you. And I also say this, I do not hate Priscilla, and I'm not trying to stir hate for Priscilla. I'm just trying to defend Elvis. But my point is this, that back in the 80s, and I would say 90s and noughties, many of the people believe this narrative, this version of events. But I do think as the decades have gone on, as Priscilla has made more mistakes, the fans have slowly started to move away from Priscilla and to understand that Elvis has been portrayed in an unfair, bad light. And I think this is why now there are millions of fans are very upset with Priscilla. And we're seeing all the comments on all of the Elvis channels defending Elvis and basically saying bad things about Priscilla, because fans, as the decades evolved, are realizing the truth. Now, we're doing it on this channel. We are like hell-bent on exposing the lies and the untruths. So for us, we know all the facts. But I think that many people that grew up in the 80s and 90s and noughties fell for the fairy tale and are only now realizing in the last 10 years that Priscilla was the bad guy and Elvis was the good guy. Elvis was the victim and Priscilla was the aggressor. This is just my opinion, guys. So I think these things are evolving. So Priscilla fans out there, no offense, I have a lot of respect for you, but Many of the things in this book are very unfair to Elvis and, in my opinion, are untrue. We call it fake Elvis news. Fake Elvis news. I'm going to keep saying those 3 words every time I hear anything that is not correct, that is unfair to Elvis, whether it be about him being a pedo, a druggie, a fat, bloated, binge-eating, burger-eating man that died on the toilet. I'm not having it. I'm not having it. Elvis was a lovely man, a beautiful man with a kind soul that tried to help the world, was a beautiful Christian man who went to church with his parents, that lived by the Bible. So we are going to say the truth. Elvis was not a druggie. He had serious medical conditions, and it has been proved again and again that Elvis had serious medical problems where he needed his medication. Elvis had serious insomnia. He needed his sleeping tablets. Elvis needed tablets to give him energy to do 3 shows a day. He needed his uppers. Elvis needed to sleep and rest between shows. He needed his sedatives. So we are sticking up for Elvis. So, right, let's keep going. Again, Linda, the fact that she says that she was sticking up for Elvis in this book is laughable. It makes me cringe. Thank you, Lynette. Don't just thank me. We did this together. Team Elvis. And we're all together as a family on our channel, which we're very proud of. We thank each other. Like those live streams have been transformed because of your input. You guys going in on that live streams, you guys doing that has transformed everything. It's completely changed the whole feel of the live streams. And I really thank you for it, guys. It means everything to me. It actually brings a tear to my eye. That's how much it means to me, because you guys have got my back. You got my back. You got Elvis's back. That's what we want. It is what she leaves out in the book. I didn't find it too bad, but one-sided and written as a matter of fact, not very lovingly. Well, I think you're being kind, Nadia. I think you're being kind. I think if you reread it, there's more things in that book that are innuendos, that are very sly. Yeah, he's Nadia Nabrone. He's not well, is he? He's not well. Yeah. He may even have bipolar. Something isn't right with him. I was a teenager in the 80s, and I got to admit I fell for some of the lies. So Linda, so did I. I was never a Priscilla fan, but I always, as a man, I always thought she was very beautiful. But not just that. I really believed for many decades that Elvis was unfaithful to Priscilla, and that's why they split up. I really believed that Elvis had a drug problem. Yeah. So I just fell for it like everyone else did. I really believed that Elvis was very, very unfaithful to Priscilla. I didn't know all the facts, so I just went with it. Now, I think millions and millions of people all feel the same way. It's only when you start digging and you start breaking down each decade, each year, not decade, each year. You have to go through every year, 1959, 1960, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73. Break the years down. See what happened within each year. Then you start to get a feel for the truth. So I'm not going to go on much longer, because I want to do all my exercise stuff and go for a run and walk the dogs. When I walk the dogs, I'm going to do another phone live. So I'll probably walk the dogs again I'll do my exercise now, which will take about an hour. And then I'll walk the dogs. When I walk the dogs, we'll do a phone live. So I'm warning you now that in around 12:30 British time, we're going to do another phone live, but me walking the dogs. So I'm going to call it a day, because I've got stuff I want to do. That morning live stream took a lot longer than I was expecting. So I'm going to have to say goodbye to you guys. You take care. Thanks, everyone. I'll speak to you all in about an hour and a quarter. we'll do another live. Please join me. Team Elvis, please join me. And any new members watching, any new subscribers, of course, I want you guys to be members. So click the members button, become a member, and please subscribe. Thanks, everyone. Yep, Linda, we're all learning together. Thanks, Nadia. Thanks, Linda. Thanks, Lynette. And anyone that joined us on the live, I really appreciate it. Thanks, Chloe. I think I've got everyone. Patricia, thank you. And if you're watching this later, guys, because you've just woke up, good morning to you, wherever you are in the world. We're having a cup of tea together. And I'll catch you on the live streams. Catch you on the other side. Take care.